Welcome to Ask the Lawyer, International Edition, the radio show that brings you the latest trends in immigrating to the United States. Hosted by attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This program is designed to provide valuable insights for those who wish to live, work, study, or invest in the U.S. Whether you're an international student seeking educational opportunities, an entertainer looking to break into the U.S. market, or a business owner wanting to expand your operations and tap into the vast U.S. economy, this show is for you. If you're an investor exploring options in the U.S. or someone with family or friends already living here, you won't want to miss the important information shared on Ask the Lawyer, International Edition. Each week, we dive into critical topics that help you navigate the complexities of U.S. immigration and business law. Special guests include experts in business development, elected officials supportive of immigration, business owners, and nonprofit leaders who provide real-world advice and guidance for those wanting to build a future in the U.S. The law firm of Figueroa and Associates was founded not only to serve our clients, but to contribute to the greater good. We understand the importance of helping individuals and businesses achieve their American dreams, and we are committed to providing the legal expertise and support needed to make that happen. So whether you're an entrepreneur looking to open a branch of your business in the U.S., an investor ready to explore opportunities, or someone hoping to migrate and build a new life in America, you should tune in and learn from this informative program. Ask the Lawyer. International Edition is your resource for understanding U.S. immigration trends, business opportunities, and legal strategies. Call now. For personalized legal advice, contact the experienced attorneys at Figueroa and Associates today. Our team is here to help you navigate the path to success in the U.S. Thank you for listening to Ask the Lawyer, International Edition with attorney Brian Figueroa. Visit us online at askthelawyer.us or call today to schedule your consultation.
Yes, we have an exciting show for you. We're going to be discussing alien registration, what it is, and should you register. So please listen and share the information with your friends and family members. Mr. Figueroa?
Good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Registration, yes. President Trump wants everyone that came to this country without inspection, that fits in certain categories, to register. And registration has begun. And you have 30 days to register. Otherwise, it's a crime. Otherwise, there's a $5,000 fine. Why is President Trump instituting registration? It is very simple. Most of the people who come to America and overstay their time or come across the border are people of color. What does that mean? They're not white. What does Trump want? A white America. And is President Trump different from many presidents in the United States of America? Unfortunately, no. However, based on current immigration law, based on the U.S. Constitution, his registration process may be unconstitutional. And it's very cruel and inhumane treatment to people of color. We have an audio coming up after this presentation on what registration is and what is the consequences for those people who register or don't register. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. So if you live in the United States of America, or you're listening to this show outside the United States of America, if you have a family member here, if you are in the U.S., call our office for a consultation on this issue or any other immigration issue that you may have. It is important that you make an informed and legal decision as to whether or not you should register. Additionally, the consequences, obviously, of that registration. If you do not register, what it means is that you're hoping that there's a Democratic president 4 years from now who may have an executive order, who may reverse registration retroactively. Yes. So is there going to be a Democratic president in the future who would obviously deal with this issue in a manner in which they should, which is to reverse this executive order? Hence, the articles that we compile in the audio for you to listen to or to read at our website, the law firm of Figueroa and Associates, at www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. We urge our clients, we urge in any area of law, we always want an educated client. We want people to make decisions based on not fear, but based on careful, factual, and legal analysis. It is what should be done at all times. People are in this country, most likely, if they are obviously facing political persecution in their home countries. Those are for those who are seeking political asylum, those who are coming across the border, whether through Mexico or Canada, without inspection, because they have an economic reality in their own countries where existence is almost non-existent. So people come to the United States of America for hundreds of years for economic reasons. They come here because they believe this country is the land of opportunity. They believe that they could start a business or get a job, work hard, and earn a decent standard of living. Now, whether those people are white or non-white, it should apply to everyone. Unfortunately, statistics show that in the year 2050, the majority will be a majority of minorities. So the number one majority would be South Asians, the second would be Latinos, and third but not least would be Black. Those three minorities together should make up more than 50% of the U.S. population. Now, as I tell you this on this show, this data is common to anyone with a little bit of intelligence that understand the population dynamics of the United States of America. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand that President Trump, who is against DEI, who is trying to shut down universities and other organizations who support DEI, is not a gentleman who really cares about people that are not white. In fact, DEI benefit mostly white women, so his policy also impact that group of people. So maybe his emphasis is just white males. Whatever his political analysis, whatever his rationale, obviously we beg to differ with it, both from a Christian religious point of view or from a moral point of view. And from a legal perspective, yes, he has the power, but it doesn't mean that if you have the power, you're going to oppress people. People are scared. Many people, like he wanted to impact, are thinking about leaving the United States of America. Some of them have to double think what they're doing because obviously the economics or political issues in their home countries. But these are everyday people, mothers, daughters, sons, fathers, cousins, nephews, nieces. And these people of color, when they come to the office for a consultation or any other type of legal representation, we obviously look at our people as our people. Yes. We give our clients, obviously, our bulletin so that they could read, understand, and share. You could go to our website to share that information also. We have articles, we have audios on registration. Our website for the law firm of Figure & Associates is www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. When you visit our website, you will see many, many articles that we have on different areas of law to educate our community. When we represent you, we want you to be an educated client making the right decision for yourself and your family. Whether it be wills, trusts, estate planning, whether it be immigration issues, whether it be bankruptcy and debt issues, whether it be real estate transactions or real estate development. We have numerous articles in our blogs that you could easily connect with at the law firm of Figure & Associates website. That website again is www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. Tell a friend, tell another friend, tell your family to share this information on registration and on the many different articles that we have that is very helpful to one's household. One of the biggest issues we have in New York City is people who lose their home, which is a huge financial investment, in foreclosure actions. There are remedies for that. There's a Chapter 7 bankruptcy and other issues that you could use, other legal issues, strategies that you could use to save your home from foreclosure. There are many predators in New York City that will want to take your property, your home, for free. This and many other issues we address. For example, the New York Times, one of the popular publications in New York City, said that white attorneys tell their non-white clients to do Chapter 13 bankruptcies rather than a Chapter 7 because they make more money, when the correct advice should be do a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So prejudice, racism, comes in many forms, whether it be immigration, financial, or otherwise. I'm not your hero, I'm your lawyer. And I like informed clients, and I want you to share this information with others. We have to educate ourselves, we have to educate our communities, because the battle against people of color is as apple pie as America is. It started day one in this country when the settlers, white folks, genocide Native Americans. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figure & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Please give us a call, visit our website at www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. And we end by saying, we belong in America like everyone else. Thank you.
Are you an artist, band, or musician looking to perform in the United States but need help navigating the complex visa process? The law firm of Figaro and Associates, located in Brooklyn, New York, is here to assist. Our experienced immigration attorneys specialize in entertainer visas, including P1, P2, and P3 visas. We'll guide you through every step, from securing a U.S. sponsor to filing the necessary petitions and preparing for your consular interview. With our legal expertise, we'll ensure that your visa application process is smooth and stress-free so you can focus on what you do best, performing. Schedule a consultation today at visiting www.askthelawyer.us or call 855-768-8845. Figaro and Associates, your trusted partner in U.S. immigration law for entertainers. If your spouse has overstayed their visa and you want to help them obtain a green card, we can help. The process of adjusting status can be complex, especially if there was an overstay. But the law firm of Figaro and Associates, located in Brooklyn, New York, has the experience and expertise to guide you through it. Our team of immigration lawyers will assist you every step of the way, from filing petitions to representing you at interviews. Schedule a consultation today at www.askthelawyer.us or call us at 855-768-8845. Get the right legal help when it matters most.
Hello, my name is Harry. You are listening to Ask the Lawyer from Brooklyn, New York. I want to give a shout out to all my Jamaican friends and family. Nicole, my niece, my sister Lena and Joan, and my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law from Oscar and Hira and Christy. I'm in Mr. Figaro office right now, and I want to say hello to all you Jamaican family and friends. And whenever you have an immigration problem, any legal problem, come to Figaro Associate. He's the best lawyer around right now. He have patience, and he's very cool. So take care of yourself, guys, and God bless you. Over and out.
Navigating Executive Order 14,159. Legal and strategic solutions to avoid deportation. In early 2025, President Donald Trump issued Executive Order 14,159 titled Protecting the American People Against Invasion, which mandates undocumented immigrants aged 14 and over to register with federal authorities. This unprecedented order triggered widespread concern over its implications, particularly regarding deportation risks for those who comply. This article explores available legal strategies to avoid deportation under this order, and critically examines whether non-compliance with hopes of a future executive order is a viable or dangerous gamble. Understanding Executive Order 14,159. Under EO 14,159, individuals residing illegally in the U.S. must provide personal data to a new government registry, including fingerprints, home address, and familial information. Failure to register could result in criminal charges, including fines up to $5,000 and imprisonment up to 6 months. Additionally, non-compliance may fast-track deportation proceedings, especially under enhanced enforcement protocols by ICE. Despite lawsuits arguing the registry infringes on civil liberties and due process, federal courts have allowed the order to proceed, citing national security powers granted under the Alien Registration Act of 1940 and the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1952. Legal and strategic solutions to avoid deportation. 1. Seek immediate legal counsel. The first and most essential action is to consult an immigration attorney or accredited representative. Legal professionals can assess eligibility for asylum, special immigrant juvenile status, SIJS, or U visas for victims of crimes. Explore family-based petitions or employment-based pathways. File motions to reopen or appeal prior deportation orders. Some nonprofit organizations and immigration clinics offer free or sliding scale services for those unable to afford private legal help. 2. Apply for temporary protected status, TPS, or other relief. If you are from a country designated for TPS due to ongoing armed conflict, environmental disasters, or extraordinary conditions, applying can provide temporary lawful presence and protection from removal. Other options include Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA, for those who arrived as minors. Asylum, for individuals fearing persecution in their home country. Cancellation of removal, for those who've been in the U.S. over 10 years and can demonstrate hardship to a U.S. citizen or permanent resident spouse/child. 3. Prepare documentation to prove continuous presence. Expedited removal procedures often target those who cannot demonstrate continuous presence in the U.S. for at least 2 years. Keeping evidence such as rent receipts, school records, tax filings, or medical records can help establish your time in the country. Being able to prove this presence may exempt individuals from summary deportation and require a full court hearing, offering more time and options for legal defenses. 4. Engage with advocacy and sanctuary networks. Organizations such as the American Immigration Council, United We Dream, and National Immigration Law Center provide up-to-date legal resources and community defense strategies. Some churches and local governments offer sanctuary designations, although their legal protections are limited under federal law. Being part of a known advocacy network can increase visibility and sometimes deter aggressive enforcement actions, especially in high-profile or politically sensitive cases. 5. Know and assert your legal rights. Regardless of registration status, undocumented immigrants have constitutional protections: right to remain silent, right to refuse entry to home without a signed warrant, right to an attorney in removal proceedings, right to file complaints against ICE misconduct. Carrying a Know Your Rights card and rehearsing what to do during ICE encounters is a practical self-protection strategy. The controversial strategy: not registering and waiting for a new executive order. One question many undocumented individuals are asking: what if I just wait this out? The rationale: historically, immigration policies have swung back and forth between administrations. Some argue that registering under a hostile administration provides a roadmap for enforcement. Instead, they suggest avoiding registration entirely and hoping a future president reverses the order or provides legal status, as has happened with DACA and TPS under previous presidents. Legal and practical risks. This is a high-risk strategy for several reasons. Criminal charges. Non-compliance with EO 14,159 could result in federal misdemeanor charges, making one ineligible for many forms of relief later on. Expedited removal. ICE agents may target those suspected of avoiding registration, increasing the risk of being placed in fast-track removal proceedings without a court hearing. Deportation bars. A criminal record stemming from failure to register could disqualify individuals from future legalization programs or amnesty measures. Data collection doesn't guarantee deportation. Some immigration advocates argue that registering may buy time, not increase risk, as enforcement resources remain limited and prioritized. Strategic alternative. Register with caution. A middle ground approach gaining traction in legal circles is to register while securing legal representation and applying for protection. Legal counsel can monitor the case and help defer any actions until judicial review or political change occurs. In essence, registering under legal supervision may be less dangerous than evading the system entirely. Choose action over hope alone. President Trump's executive order on immigrant registration places hundreds of thousands of individuals in legal jeopardy. While the temptation to hide and hope for a better future is understandable, the risks of doing so without a strategy are substantial. The best path forward is proactive engagement. Obtain legal counsel. Apply for available relief. Document your presence. Join advocacy efforts. Understand your rights. The decision whether or not to register is deeply personal and complex. But for many, combining legal preparedness with strategic compliance may offer the greatest chance of avoiding deportation while awaiting future legislative or executive relief.
Are you a green card holder? Protect your future and your family today by becoming a U.S. citizen. With the return of the Trump administration in 2025, immigration enforcement has intensified, putting even green card holders at risk of deportation. The law firm of Figaro and Associates in Brooklyn is here to help. Through our deportation inoculation drive, we're empowering green card holders to take the next step toward U.S. citizenship, the ultimate safeguard against deportation. Becoming a U.S. citizen offers more than just security. It opens doors to voting rights, expanded travel privileges, federal jobs, and the ability to sponsor family members for green cards. Don't let fear or confusion hold you back. Our experienced attorneys are here to guide you through the process, from determining your eligibility to preparing for your citizenship interview. The time to act is now. Call the law firm of Figaro and Associates at 855-768-8845 or visit us at askthelawyer.us to schedule a consultation. Your future is worth it. Secure your rights and protect your family with citizenship today.
Hi, my name is Brian Anthony Figaro, and you are listening to Ask the Lawyer with my father, Brian Figaro.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Figaro and Associates. For a consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
Hello, my name is Mary Campbell, legal assistant at the law firm of Figaro and Associates, and your presenter with this week's immigration news based on a press release from America's Voice. This is what mass deportation looks like. Trump administration terminating student visas to purge international students. Washington, D.C., nearly 300 students have had visas revoked and could face deportation, the New York Times reported. Nearly 300 international students were abruptly stripped of their ability to stay in the United States in recent days, according to universities and media reports, sowing fear among students and confusion at schools scrambling to help students facing detention and possible deportation. But lawyers said the Trump administration had often given no reason at all, leaving them to guess why students were targeted. The story puts into the big picture what numerous college campuses and local media have been reporting. Beyond the headlines and in conjunction with the administration's broader anti-immigration dragnet, the Trump administration is seeking to evict foreign students. According to Vanessa Cardenas, executive director of America's Voice, this is what mass deportation looks like. Alongside high-profile cases and major Trump administration announcements, are the insidious everyday examples of what they are up to and who they are targeting. The administration's efforts to detain and deport long-residing immigrants from communities across the country fits alongside their efforts to revoke visas from international students, including for undisclosed reasons and to purge and keep out as many immigrants as possible. All of it comes at a cost for America, from depriving our economy of talented workers to spreading fear on college campuses, to chilling future interest from foreign students from studying in America. A sampling of recent state and local examples of the administration targeting foreign students include WGBH Boston reports, UMass, Harvard student visas revoked in new stage of Trump immigration crackdown, stating that 17 current and former international students from Harvard, UMass Boston, and UMass Amherst had their visas revoked amid the Trump administration's ongoing push to deport international students, according to announcements from the university's leadership over the weekend. 2 Dartmouth students have had their F1 statuses terminated. The Dartmouth reports, FAT student Xiaoshan Liu Jiar's F1 student status was abruptly revoked by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security on April 4, according to a press release from the New Hampshire chapter of the American Civil Liberties Union. A second student's record was also terminated, according to a statement from a college spokesperson. University of Minnesota graduate student detained by ICE. NBC News reports, a graduate student at the University of Minnesota was detained by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents Thursday at an off-campus residence, the school said in a statement. University of Florida student detained by ICE and transported to Miami Detention Center. Miami New Times reports, on March 28, Felipe Zapata Velázquez, a 27-year-old food and resource economics international student in his junior year, was arrested by the Gainesville Police Department for driving with an expired license and registration tag, according to police records. ICE took him to Jacksonville, where deportation proceedings began, his mother told the Colombian news channel NTN 24. ICE officers detained University of Alabama doctoral student, The Guardian states. There was an outcry on campus at the University of Alabama on Thursday after U.S. immigration authorities detained a doctoral student, an event which campus officials confirmed on Wednesday.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. For a consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
Facing deportation due to overstaying your visa or immigration violations, you need the right legal team on your side. The law firm of Figueroa and Associates, located in Brooklyn, New York, specializes in deportation defense. Our experienced immigration attorneys can help you fight removal, apply for waivers, or seek asylum if needed. Don't face this alone. Let us help you protect your future. Schedule a consultation today at www.askthelawyer.us or call 855-768-8845. Figueroa and Associates, the help you need when it matters most.
Do you have a family member overseas that you want to bring to the United States? The law firm of Figueroa and Associates, located in Brooklyn, New York, is here to help. Our experienced immigration attorneys specialize in family-based green card petitions, guiding you step by step through the process to reunite you with your loved ones. Whether you're a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, we will ensure your petition is handled smoothly and efficiently. Plus, we can help you understand how filing for a green card may impact your relative's visitor visa. Schedule a consultation today. Visit askthelawyer.us or call 855-768-8845 to discuss your case with our skilled legal team. Figueroa and Associates, your trusted partner in family immigration law.
Hi, my name is Brian Anthony Figueroa, and you are listening to Ask the Lawyer with my father, Brian Figueroa.
How to choose between wills and trusts in New York estate planning. Working with Figueroa and Associates. Estate planning is a critical step in securing your family's financial future and ensuring your assets are distributed according to your wishes. In New York, two of the most commonly used estate planning tools are wills and trusts. While both serve the purpose of asset distribution, they function differently and offer distinct advantages. Understanding the differences between wills and trusts will help you make an informed decision about which option best suits your needs. At Figueroa and Associates, an experienced team of estate planning attorneys can guide you through the decision-making process, ensuring that your estate plan aligns with your financial goals and family dynamics. Whether you prefer to work with an attorney remotely or in person at their Brooklyn office, the firm offers flexible consultation options to accommodate your schedule. You can book an appointment at 26 Court Street, downtown Brooklyn, by visiting askthelawyer.us, calling 855-768-8845, or texting 718-986-4362. Understanding wills and trusts. The basics. Before choosing between a will and a trust, it's important to understand what each document does and how it affects your estate. What is a will? A will is a legal document that outlines how your assets will be distributed after your death. It allows you to designate beneficiaries for your assets, appoint an executor to oversee asset distribution, name guardians for minor children, specify funeral and burial arrangements. A will must go through probate, a court-supervised process that ensures the document is valid and assets are distributed according to your wishes. Probate can be time-consuming and costly, but it provides court oversight to prevent disputes. What is a trust? Trust is a legal arrangement in which a trustee holds and manages assets for the benefit of beneficiaries. Trusts can be revocable, living trusts, or irrevocable. Revocable trust, living trust, allows you to manage assets during your lifetime and transfer them to beneficiaries upon death without probate. Irrevocable trust. Once created, it cannot be altered, but it offers asset protection and tax benefits. Trusts bypass probate, providing a faster, more private way to distribute assets. They can also help with tax planning and protecting assets from creditors. Wills versus trusts. Key differences. Wills and trusts are both estate planning tools, but they differ significantly in their features. Will requires probate, becomes effective only after death, and is a public record once probated. It provides full control over assets until death and can be contested in court. Wills also allow for guardianship of minors but offer limited estate tax benefits. In contrast, a trust avoids probate, takes effect immediately upon creation, and remains private. It provides more protection against challenges, can transfer assets while alive, and offers more substantial estate tax benefits, especially with irrevocable trusts. However, trusts do not cover guardianship for minors unless a separate provision is made. When to choose a will in New York estate planning. A will may be the right choice if 1. You have a simple estate. If you have limited assets, a will can efficiently distribute them without the complexity of a trust. 2. You want court oversight. Probate ensures that a court oversees the execution of your estate plan, reducing the risk of fraud. 3. You need to appoint a guardian for minor children. Wills are necessary for naming guardians for young children, as trusts do not cover this aspect. 4. You are not concerned about probate. If your family is comfortable with waiting several months for the probate process, a will may be sufficient. 5. You do not need asset protection. Unlike trusts, wills do not provide protection from creditors or estate tax benefits. When to choose a trust in New York estate planning. A trust may be a better option if 1. You want to avoid probate. A trust allows your assets to pass directly to beneficiaries, bypassing the lengthy and expensive probate process. 2. You value privacy. Unlike wills, which become public records, trusts remain private. 3. You have significant assets. If you own multiple properties, investment accounts, or a business, a trust can simplify asset management. 4. You want to plan for incapacity. Trust allows a successor trustee to manage your assets if you become incapacitated. 5. You need special provisions. Trusts allow you to set conditions on when and how beneficiaries receive their inheritance, such as protecting assets for young or financially irresponsible heirs. 6. You seek estate tax benefits. Trusts, particularly irrevocable trusts, offer ways to reduce estate taxes and protect wealth for future generations. Working with Figaro and Associates to create your estate plan. Choosing between a will and a trust depends on your specific financial situation and estate planning goals. At Figaro and Associates, You receive personalized guidance to ensure your estate plan reflects your wishes and provides for your loved ones. 1. In-person consultation at the Brooklyn office. If you prefer a face-to-face consultation, you can visit Figaro and Associates at 26 Court Street, downtown Brooklyn. An estate planning attorney will review your financial situation and estate planning needs, explain the pros and cons of wills and trusts, help you draft and finalize the necessary documents. 2. Remote legal services for convenience. For those who prefer remote services, the firm offers flexible options. Phone consultations. Speak directly with an estate planning attorney by calling 855-768-8845. Virtual meetings. Get professional guidance via video conferencing. Text support. Send inquiries or schedule appointments by texting 718-986-4362. Online booking. Visit askthelawyer.us to schedule a consultation at your convenience. Updating your estate plan. The importance of regular reviews. Estate planning is not a one-time event. Life changes, such as marriage, divorce, the birth of a child, or acquiring new assets, may require updates to your will or trust. Figaro and Associates offers ongoing support to ensure your estate plan remains current and effective. When to update your estate plan: marriage or divorce, birth or adoption of a child, significant financial changes, relocation to a different state, death of a beneficiary or executor, new business ventures. Conclusion: secure your legacy with expert estate planning. Deciding between a will and a trust is a crucial step in securing your assets and ensuring your loved ones are cared for. If you are unsure which option is best for you, consult the experienced estate planning attorneys at Figaro and Associates. Whether you choose to meet in person at their Brooklyn office or prefer a remote consultation, the firm offers flexible and professional legal services tailored to your needs. Schedule your estate planning consultation today. Website: askthelawyer.us. Phone: 855-768-8845. Text: 718-986-4362. Take control of your estate plan today to protect your legacy and provide peace of mind for your loved ones.
Hi, my name is Brian Anthony Figueroa, and you are listening to Ask the Lawyer with my father, Brian Figueroa.
Sexual abuse of women. The intersection of fear, economics, education, and immigration status. Sexual abuse remains a pervasive issue that affects women worldwide, cutting across socioeconomic, cultural, and demographic boundaries. While it is commonly understood as a violation of physical autonomy, its roots are often deeply embedded in social constructs and personal vulnerabilities. Women who experience sexual abuse often find themselves entangled in complex situations where fear, economic dependence, lack of education, and immigration status create an environment conducive to continued abuse. Understanding how these factors individually or collectively increase vulnerability is crucial for friends, family members, and professionals aiming to support survivors. Additionally, recognizing the signs of abuse and implementing targeted solutions can help break the cycle of victimization and empower women to reclaim their lives. This article examines the intersection of these factors, identifies potential warning signs, and offers practical solutions to combat sexual abuse. Sexual abuse and the role of fear. Fear is a fundamental tool used by abusers to maintain control over their victims. It can manifest in various ways, from threats of violence to subtle manipulations that undermine a woman's sense of safety and autonomy. Understanding how fear perpetuates abuse requires exploring its psychological dimensions and recognizing how it immobilizes victims. The manipulation of fear. Abusers often leverage fear to silence and control their partners. This fear can be rooted in the threat of physical harm, the danger of losing custody of children, or the prospect of social isolation. In many cases, the threat does not need to be acted upon repeatedly. The mere possibility of violence is enough to keep the victim compliant. Women in abusive relationships may also fear the consequences of leaving, especially if they are financially dependent or lack a social support system. This immobilizing fear can be exacerbated when the abuser threatens to ruin the woman's reputation, harm loved ones, or retaliate in other ways. The psychological impact of fear-induced abuse. Living in constant fear has profound psychological impacts, including anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Victims may become hypervigilant, constantly monitoring their environment to avoid triggering the abuser. This state of heightened alertness can lead to chronic stress and health issues, including insomnia, digestive problems, and weakened immune responses. Examples of fear tactics: threats of harm, direct or implied threats to the victim or her children. Isolation, restricting contact with friends, family, or support networks. Intimidation, destroying personal belongings, displaying weapons, or using aggressive body language. Emotional manipulation, convincing the victim that leaving would result in catastrophic consequences. Economic dependency and sexual abuse. Economic dependency is one of the most significant barriers preventing women from escaping abusive relationships. When a woman lacks financial autonomy, her ability to leave an abuser becomes severely compromised. Economic control as a form of abuse. Economic abuse occurs when an abuser controls a victim's access to financial resources, effectively trapping them in the relationship. This control can take several forms: withholding money, limiting or denying access to cash, bank accounts, or credit cards; sabotaging employment, preventing the victim from working or causing job loss through public disturbances or sabotage; accumulating debt, forcing the victim to take loans or credit cards in their name. In many cases, abusers use economic dependency as a means to strip their partners of independence. This tactic is particularly effective when women lack access to employment opportunities or live in areas where economic mobility is limited. Real-life examples: a woman whose abusive partner insists on being the sole earner and withholds money for basic needs. An immigrant woman whose spouse controls her earnings and denies her permission to work outside the home. Breaking the cycle of economic control. Empowering women economically is a crucial step in preventing and addressing sexual abuse. Community-based programs that offer financial literacy, job training, and microfinancing can help survivors regain autonomy. Additionally, legal reforms aimed at recognizing and addressing economic abuse can hold perpetrators accountable. The role of education in sexual abuse. Education, or the lack thereof, plays a crucial role in shaping a woman's ability to recognize and escape abusive situations. Women with limited education are often less aware of their rights and may struggle to access resources that could help them. Lack of awareness and information. Educational deficits can result in a lack of awareness about healthy relationships, legal protections, and community resources. This ignorance is often exploited by abusers who manipulate their partners into believing that abusive behavior is normal or deserved. Correlation between education level and abuse risk. Statistics indicate that women with lower educational attainment are at greater risk of experiencing sexual and domestic violence. This correlation is partly due to reduced job prospects, limited social mobility, and decreased access to support networks. Educational initiatives for prevention. Programs that integrate abuse awareness into basic education curricula can empower women and girls from a young age. Additionally, adult education initiatives that include information on rights and resources can be invaluable for older women trapped in abusive relationships. Immigration status as a factor. For immigrant women, the intersection of immigration status and abuse presents unique challenges. Fear of deportation, cultural stigma, and language barriers can make it extremely difficult for these women to seek help. Legal vulnerability. Abusers often exploit their partner's uncertain immigration status to maintain control. By threatening deportation or withholding important documents, they ensure compliance and silence. This dynamic is especially common among women on dependent visas or those without legal status. Cultural and language barriers. Some immigrant women come from cultures where discussing abuse is taboo. Language barriers further complicate the process of seeking help, as many shelters and support services lack multilingual staff or culturally competent care. Supportive policies and programs. Initiatives that provide confidential legal aid and immigration advice are essential. Some jurisdictions have introduced policies that allow abused women to file for legal residency independently, reducing the abuser's leverage. Intersecting factors: when fear, economics, education, and immigration overlap. In many cases, these factors do not exist in isolation but intertwined to create a web of oppression. For example, an immigrant woman with limited education and financial resources may find herself especially vulnerable. Fear of deportation and economic dependency can coerce her into staying in an abusive relationship despite the risks to her safety and well-being. Understanding these intersections is crucial for developing nuanced interventions that address the full scope of a woman's vulnerabilities. Signs of sexual abuse: a guide for friends, family, and professionals. Recognizing signs of abuse can be challenging, as victims may go to great lengths to conceal their situation. However, there are telltale indicators that loved ones and professionals should be aware of. Behavioral changes: withdrawal from social activities, anxiety, or sudden mood swings. Physical signs: unexplained injuries, frequent medical visits, or signs of stress-related illnesses. Financial red flags: sudden financial difficulties or the inability to make independent purchases. Isolation: severed or limited connections with friends and family. Language and cultural barriers: reluctance to speak or participate, especially if the abuser is present. Support and solutions: supporting survivors requires a multifaceted approach that addresses the unique challenges posed by fear, economic dependency, education, and immigration status. Creating safe spaces for disclosure: safe environments that protect confidentiality encourage survivors to share their experiences without fear of retaliation. Community centers, healthcare facilities, and schools can play a pivotal role. Resource accessibility: ensuring that survivors have access to shelters, financial assistance, legal aid, and language support can significantly reduce the barriers to leaving an abusive situation. Policy advocacy: advocating for stronger protections for immigrant survivors, economic empowerment programs, and educational initiatives is essential for long-term change. Conclusion: sexual abuse is a complex issue that often intersects with fear, economic dependency, educational gaps, and immigration challenges. Understanding how these factors compound each other is vital for providing effective support and intervention. Friends, family members, and professionals must be vigilant, compassionate, and proactive in identifying abuse and guiding survivors to safety. By advocating for systemic change and offering practical resources, communities can break the cycle of abuse and support women in rebuilding their lives. Empowerment, education, and protection are the cornerstones of fostering a society where women can live free from fear and violence.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
This show is a production of IQ Inc. Marketing. If you would like to advertise your product or service on this show to the U.S. and Caribbean markets and through our multicultural publications in New York, please call 866-435-3286 or send an email to info@myiqinc.com.
Thank you for listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition with attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates in New York. We hope you enjoyed the show, which featured immigration visitors visa, starting and doing business in New York, entertainment and business visas, religious visas, and much more. Whether you are outside the U.S. or have family in New York, the number to call, share, and keep is 855-768 888-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Please schedule a consultation with us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. This is Ask the Lawyer, International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers.